So what's this person been doing to their skin? This is a very rare rash, but it's caused by something really common that I bet you've done quite often. This case was a lot of fun for me, and it's probably like a once in a career thing, because it's the dermatologist. We never go to the ER, and the ER never really calls us because unless they're trying to send somebody to us to look at something, but they never call us and say, we need your help down here. And man, it was my time to deliver. It was my moment to shine. I don't think it ever happens. Like the dermatologist, the guy that walks in the ER and knows what's up when they've talked to all the other consultants and no one knows what it is. You know, I didn't even know how to find the ER door. I had to go through where the patients went through, but they called me. I was so happy. And I could tell what the patient had just immediately upon seeing her, but I wanted to draw it out a little bit because it's my moment to shine in the ER. They didn't even know who I was before. So I walked up with like my best Sherlock Holmes look, and it's like, have you been eating shiitake mushrooms? And she was like, well, yeah, I just got done eating at Payway a day or so before this broke out. I was like, bam, there's our diagnosis, guys. And of course, the room was like totally silent. And I was like, guys, this is shiitake mushroom dermatitis. Then I got to tell them about this emerging dermatitis that we're probably going to see more of as people eat shiitake mushrooms. It's caused by a molecule in the cell wall of the shiitake mushrooms. And if you cook it hot enough, it's not supposed to happen. But I mean, you never, when you go places, you don't know how hot they're cooking your food, right? But anyway, growing up, I didn't even know what a shiitake mushroom was. I thought shiitake was probably a bad word. But, nowadays with, we're getting all this great cultural food and fusion food here, people might see this more often. Shiitake mushroom dermatitis is what we call a flagellate dermatitis, meaning like you've been like whipped, like the old flagellates would do in the old Catholic religion, where they take like the whip or the cat of nine tails and just like, I hope you like the sound effects. And there's only two things that I know of that will do this, shiitake. Then there's another one, it's an IV chemotherapy called bleomycin that they don't use too much anymore. So if you see something like this, you might be the knowledgeable one in the crowd, and you can be like, hey, have you been eating shiitake mushrooms? And you can astound your friends and family. Oh, and this thing resolves on its own. So even if I hadn't been there, this patient would have been totally fine without my intervention. But I'd like to think that because I was there, I probably kept a whole bunch of medical stuff from happening to her and unnecessary tests and things like that, because we just discharged her that day, and she called me 5 days later and she was perfectly fine, just had like a little darkening where she had it, but she made a full recovery. So shiitake mushroom dermatitis, now you know about it.